Hey guys, I wanted to go over why the VIX call hedge could be really good in that volatility event. First, let's go over intrinsic and extrinsic value. Intrinsic value is the actual value of the contract. If you're more in the money, you have more intrinsic value. So if you look at this, VIX at 15.23, 123 days out. If I'm at, let's just say it's 15. If I'm at 10, then to subtract 15 from 10, you get 5, which means that the 10 strike, call strike, would have $5 of intrinsic value. And that's because if VIX just stayed where it was at expiration at 15, the 10 call would be worth 5. Extrinsic value is the time value of the position. So if you look at that 10 strike, it says 6.85 to 7.2, it's about 7 or so. It's worth 5 in intrinsic value, 15 minus 10. If you take the difference, so the 7 or so minus 5, you have about 2 in extrinsic value as well. Extrinsic value is based on the time value of the option. So if I look at the 15 strike, the extrinsic value is about 3.2 or so. And that's on 123 days. You have plenty of time for VIX to go up. Notice if we're at, say, 32 days, the value is about 1.9 or so. So that means that there's less extrinsic value when you're closer to expiration. So just be aware of those things. Now, if you look at, say, the 123-day option, and let's say volatility shot up to 60, like it did last Monday, and the VIX was in around 17, 18, so relatively close to the situation now. At 123 days, currently, the option's about 0.45 or so. So let's say 0.5, $50, you could buy one contract. There's no intrinsic value currently because VIX is at 15 and it's a 50 strike. However, what if Volmageddon happens and we go up to 60, like it did last Monday? If it goes to 60, this would have an intrinsic value of 60 minus 50. The intrinsic value alone would be 10. And it still has some extrinsic value because we have plenty of time for it to move even more. So this option should be worth at least 10 premium. And it'll be more than that because of the extrinsic. Let's just do some simple math here. You bought it for 0.5 and it's worth 10. 10 divided by 0.5. You're 20xing your money on this hedge if it shot up like that. Notice right now, you could buy this hedge for a delta of around 0.1. So volatility shoots up, these VIX calls can be dramatically increasing. Now one of the keys and one of the hard parts is to figure out how much of your account should you be buying with these VIX hedges. I'm going to currently use about 0.25% of my account value and buying these every month. And I'll look at buying the 120 days out. By doing that, eventually, like up to 4 months from now, I'll have 4 sets of these positions. So imagine I'm doing this every month, volatility stays low. About 4 months from now, I'll have 4 sets of these. And I currently bought 3 with my 0.25% of net lick. Let's say I bought 3 times 4 months of them. I'd have about 12 of them on. Remember, could be about 10 in premium, 12 of them on. 120 times the multiplier for stocks or options. That's a $12,000 gain. The cost for doing this would be about $50 times 3 for my account, about $150 a month. So 150 times 4, looking at around $600. That'll go to $12,000. 12,000 divided by 600. Is that right? 2,000%. I'm doing it as a percent. You add 2 zeros to it. These VIX calls could be worth quite a bit of money when Volmageddon happens and the volatility increases. Most of the time this won't happen. Most of the time these will expire worthless. So you got to make sure that you're doing something else in your account to take in some premium to pay for these. An easy way is to buy some bill. You can see the T-bill income. It's about 5% a year, although that might decrease shortly. But that's one way to go. Selling options that are relatively safe using proper amounts of account size. When the VIX is low again, like 15, it should stay very low in your buying power. Just because of the volatility shoots up, that will hurt a lot of your sold options. You can consider lowering your size by doing 1-1-1 trades instead of 1-1-2s to have less notional value. You also make them defined as like a 1-1-1-1 or 1-1-2-2. So then the value of those bought puts could be worth something as well. Hopefully this helps, and see you guys on the next one.